Digital product ideas that you can start selling today. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator B, and welcome to our channel where we show you how to make money online with low content products like KDP low content books, printables, and digital planners. So today's video is about giving you some ideas about different digital products that you can start creating and selling today. So why start a digital product business? Well, the cost of actually starting this business are marginal. They are low, especially compared to, say, a physical business like a coffee shop. And a lot of these things, if you're already creating low content books, you can expand and go into these other markets as well. Second thing is you don't need any inventory, nor do you need any physical storage. And a lot of these products can be sold across different platforms and on your own website, so you can be getting passive income coming in all the time. Now, obviously, it's not passive until you actually have created it and then start to sell it. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually only going to show you all the ideas on Etsy, but some of these ideas actually sell better on other platforms, but you can actually see that they are there on Etsy and selling on Etsy. So that proves that there is a market there. And in another video, I'm going to cover the different marketplaces that you can go to. So let's dig in. So the first idea that we're going to look at is SVGs. So what are SVGs? Well, they are scalable vector graphics. Now, in a lot of my previous videos, I've actually shown you how to use scalable vector graphics to actually create coloring books. But actually, they're aimed at people in the print-on-demand market and also crafters. So a lot of people like crafters actually buy these sorts of images and then create vinyls out of them, or they print them on their own t-shirt, or you've got the print on demand people that send them off to the print on demand places. So what you need is a bit of artistic skills. You also need different software to create these. Now, most people use Illustrator. There's also Affinity Designer, and then there is the free but very powerful Inkscape that actually you can create these scalable vector graphics. So that is one. But what if you haven't got any artistic skills, but you've got a great camera and you're actually good at photography? Well, you could look at doing mock-ups. Now, mock-ups are used by, again, people in the print-on-demand market, and they want all sorts of mock-ups. They want t-shirts, they want frames, they want mugs, they want plates, they want drinking cups, they want wine glasses, they want, you name it, they want all sorts of things. And you could do the research by going to the different print-on-demand companies and actually seeing what they produce. Because down here, there's not leggings covered, but I do know that some print-on-demand companies actually do leggings, and there isn't tote bags either, so you might want tote bags as well. So that's just another idea. So because you're good at photography, there's another one that you can also do, and that is stock photos. Now, Etsy is probably not the place that I would first think of to go and look for stock photos. There's plenty of sites out there like Shutterstock and Jump Story and that will actually sell your photographs. So what you can do is test it out here at Etsy or go to those different places. But it's great to actually have a look at the idea of what is out there. Now, there's different ones like hair models and beauty models, and there's buildings, and there's the sea, and there's things like this that people use as flat lays and things like that, and backdrops. So that is just another thing to have a look at. Now, we're going to move on to the things that you can create if you're good at creating low content books. And one of them is actually creating invitations. Now, these you can create in Canva, and you can give a share link to people so that they can edit their own. Now, you would need Canva Pro to do it, and there are other softwares like Cordial that also allows you to edit. Or you could do a separate listing and actually edit people's party invitations for them. So that is just one way. So there's different invitations. So there's birthday invitations, there's wedding invitations, there's garden party invitations, there's baby shower invitations, there's business meetup invitations, it just goes on. And then there's also different areas within those. So you could just go into, say, the birthday niche. And if you just went into the birthday niche, you could do invitations, but you could also do birthday cards, and you can also do cake toppers. Now, again, you need to make sure you follow copyright and trademark rules, because you could get dinged. Now, we don't know if these people have got a license. They are there, but just because it's there doesn't mean that you can do it. So another thing you can look at, say you went into the wedding niche and you were doing wedding invitations. You could also do things like wedding nameplates, but you'd be looking at the place cards like this digital one here. So there's all sorts of things that you can be looking at. Now, what do wedding planners need? Often they need a planner. So you could create digital planners for weddings, but you could just go into the field of doing digital planners. So there's lots of ways of making digital planners. You can use Keynote, you can use PowerPoint, you can use Affinity Publisher, you can use Affinity, Adobe InDesign, and there's lots of training on YouTube showing you how to actually create these different digital planners. And what happens with digital planners, they are used with apps that are on people's iPads or tablets, and it's usually GoodNotes and Notability. There's also the OneNote app, and also there are people looking for Google Calendars. But you can also see that people have created printable ones as well, and they've also created stationery that they themselves have had printed out, and then they ship them out. But we don't want that. We're just looking at ideas where you don't do any shipping and you just create a digital file for them to download. So like there's a teacher planner there. You know, it's going to be teacher planning season coming up, so that's just an idea to be having a look. And that's got bees on. That's perfect for me. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. So I've got weekly planners. I don't need any more. So let's move on. The next one to go with digital planners is digital stickers. So again, people put these inside their planners, but a lot of people also print them out and use them within their physical planners as well, because they actually like them. And what they do is they buy a sticker card and they print it out and then they cut around it. Again, you can also create physical stickers and also send them out. But like I said, this is about avoiding that. So another thing that you can also do is digital wall art. Now, there's a lot of these different wall art here. Now, some of them are just text. Also, you can go and have a look at public domain images. Again, you need to check the licenses to see what you can actually do. But there's plenty of sites out there that you can go and actually grab some wall art from, like this one here. They've got old maps, Boston, Paris, Stockholm. So you can go to certain sites and get hold of the public domain of these old maps. Maps are very popular, so there's all sorts of different things like that, and just simple images like this where they've used a few lines and some ellipses as well. And there's a boo print. Who would think it? All the different sizes. So there's lots of great things, and if you're into lettering, again, some great things. And here as well, you can see old city posters. Now these are public domain, so you can go and get them and start creating. Now they do require different sizes and they do require a bit of investigating, but it is another idea that you can have. Now again, we've got colouring pages, and I've created a number of videos to show you how to actually create colouring books for both PowerPoint and using free tools as well. So you can do the same thing. You can go and get different images from, like, say, Creative Fabrica and Vecteezy and FreePick and put them all together and then start selling them on Etsy, or if you're an artist, creating your own. So that is those ones. Now we're going to move into creating business stationery for people to use. Now these are great because you could create business card templates, again, put them in Canva. You could also create workbooks for them, notebooks for them. budget planners, different sorts of things like that, sticker planners, and you could also do certain things like presentation templates as well that they can also be using, so you can be branding their whole business by using different things like this. And again, you'll see that a lot of these are aimed at Canva. There is some for PowerPoint, like this one's a PowerPoint presentation, but there are different ideas there for you to look at. And then also to do with business, we can look at spreadsheets. Now, some of these are made in Google Sheets and some of them are made in Excel. Remember, Google is free, and all you need to do is share the share link with them so that they can go out, get it, make a copy. So you create a little video showing them how to actually use it, how everything works, and then also how they actually store it for themselves. And then again, linking with business, you can create social media templates for them to use. Again, a lot of them are in Canva. Again, you need the pro account to have that shared link. But there's all sorts of things here. There's Instagram ones, there's Facebook ones. I think there's some Pinterest ones as well. They're all down here, so you can check them out. Now, there's another growing trend of business documents that we can use. Now, you can do printable planners as well, but this is something slightly different. This is Remarkable templates. Remarkable is similar to Tablet without all the apps. It's basically something that you write on digitally, stores the information that you've created, but it hasn't got all the apps that, say, an iPad's got, that's got like Procreate and you can watch videos on it and things like that. You can't actually do that on a Remarkable, but a lot of people actually like it because it's like a notebook that never ends. But they also want a lot of templates. Now, if you look at the prices of these templates, they're quite good money that you could actually be getting. And there's all different ways of actually creating this. Now, most of them require a PDF. So I have gone down the rabbit hole having a look at how you actually make these Remarkable templates. But Remarkable in itself is growing, and it's definitely aimed at a market that are willing to spend quite a bit of money on getting what they want. So that's another great thing. Now we're going to move on to something a bit more arty and something that I am very seriously interested in. Now, it's called Digi Stamps. Now, what are Digi Stamps? They're basically little images or clip art that people who make cards like. Now, sometimes they like the coloured in version, and other times they like the line art version, and they like to colour them in themselves. They usually print them off on card, and they usually use alcohol markers or really expensive colouring pencils, colour them in themselves, and then they create different types of cards, whether they're greeting cards, Christmas cards, birthday cards, religious holiday cards, and it is a huge market, a huge niche, and it is continually growing. So that is a market that I've been investigating. Now, if you've got an iPad, you've probably heard of Procreate. Now, Procreate has got lots of great features. Now, one of the features that it's got is that you can create your own brushes, and lots of people create brushes out there that do all sorts of things. They have furry brushes, they have brushes with leaves, they have hair texture brushes, lettering dream kits, floral kits, ink tattoo kits, manga kits, and different sorts of things like that. And some of them are not called brushes, they are called stamps. So this is idea with the stamps, like you can get faces, you can get tattoo cards, you can get mandalas or mandalas, depends what way you say it, hairstyles, you can get chimbi styles, you can get all sorts of different things. That's not the same as Procreate stamp. So there's different things there. And also, if you're good at Photoshop, you can also sell lots of different things to do with Photoshop. So you could sell the different light settings, like Lightroom settings, different things like that. And you can also sell different brushes. And don't forget, there's also like Affinity. Now, this one is great because this person's selling a service, not quite a digital product, but it is a service where they can remove the background. Now, this really took off in 2019. This company here actually did a remove your ex, get them deleted from all your photographs, and they charged for it. They made quite a lot of money. I think they charged $10. So yes, the service costs a bargain, £6.99. So this is talking about UK, but I'm sure it was $10. And then they paid to have the X removed, and there were so many people requested it. So that is a service that you could do if you're great at removing backgrounds or removing people from photographs and making them look natural, like that one. He's in the background, X is gone, so that's it. Then another one that's growing is Affinity. Affinity is becoming a lot more popular because it's the one-time price and it's quite a powerful piece of software. So there are all these different types of brushes and assets that Affinity Designer and Affinity Publisher and Photo actually use. So that's another one. Then we are going to another area. People like to know how to put different colors together. So there's all these different colors as well. So if you're good at planning colors, or you can use another color site like Coolers and put a great color together, you can then start actually creating these for, say, Procreate or for Affinity or for Photoshop. And these, once you know how to create them, they just instantly go into people's Procreate, and then they can be using them to color in their images. So that's another step. Now, also, there is fonts. So if you know how to create fonts, there is free software out there that you can actually do your own handwriting if it's good, and you're good at calligraphy, or you're good at block writing. You can actually create your own fonts. Now, the free versions are limited. There are some paid versions. I think there's one where you can pay $10 a month to create different fonts. So these are just some great ideas. I certainly wouldn't stick with Disney inspired. Again, fonts can be trademarked, so you need to actually check things out like that. But these are really good for you to have a look at. So that's just another one. And then we're on the final idea, and there's still more keeps coming into my head. But this is a big one, educational printables. Now, this is another one that's not necessarily huge on Etsy. There are other sites like Teachers Pay Teachers that you can actually go and sell your printables on, or your digital products. So those are all the ideas that you can get from Etsy for selling digital products. Obviously, there is a lot more than just the ones that I've shown you, like YouTube thumbnails, different TikTok layouts, Notion templates, which is a organization program like Trello. Again, Trello as well you're looking at. Or you can be selling courses. So if you know something really well inside out, like you know how to set up a greenhouse to grow the ultimate pineapple, you might be able to set up a course for that. So there's all sorts of things that you can actually be doing. But these are just the general quick ideas that you can have a look at. And if you're already creating low content books, you know how to create a lot of these products. You know where to go and find your images. You know how to put them together. You know how to use Canva or PowerPoint or Affinity Publisher or Affinity Designer or InDesign to actually put all these together to actually start selling it. So again, it's another way of creating another income stream. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you hit the little subscribe button down below.